Oh, we are rolling into the lunchtime lineup, and I don't even know what I'm going to do with it yet. But I had a moment last night, and it caught me, and I kind of went off. It's only 4 minutes, but it was a lot more passionate than I want to be on the subject. With a, let's just say, slam dunk this easy. I don't want to gloat, and it's not that I was gloating. I just think I got angry because it's complicated. Maybe by the end we'll get into that, but for now we'll deal with when I'm ranting and raving about the grifters. We could have done this a whole different way. I come up with something that was using people's names, and you try to be flashy, you try to jump on the same news cycle that everybody else is doing it, but maybe add your own unique whatevers to it. And what I think the takeaway from the whole deal is that the activist fringes of society want their narrative, even if it's curated for them, even if it's created, edited specifically for their need. They want it to be right. And because Ange and I both dealt with, let's say, the state and children and stuff like that, it makes me frustrated. I think it's just wrong what they did, because the obvious, and like I said, I was ranting and raving, but this was the only clip. I didn't share it. I don't rub stuff in and go, look. That's why it's not the kind of video that's supposed to attract that kind of attention. I have all my own issues. If the whole Johnny Depp, Amber Heard connections that he had through that to like the comic book world, it's a whole nother conversation. It's just wrong. We're going to leave that where it lays. This is about an edited video and headlines and tags on it like, hey, you got to step in. This is, it hurts my soul kind of attitude. And lots of people were played, and I fear they're going to only believe the edited version. And the irony, as I was telling Ange, is a little dude got, is that a little X? I don't know, whatever. These interesting, interesting names. But the moment, he got his own little moment even. So now they edit it right here where he waves and then walks away. And it's like, oh, the outrage. How dare him. He just hates his son and blah, blah. I had like 3 minutes of passionate response to the viral video that went around. The difference is, so it's like, little dude is waving to the crowd like his old man. Kind of cool. Getting his little moment by himself, not under the wing of the parent. But then right there, he looks back because someone had it from a different angle, right? Looks back, does the thing, because now I'm technically ranting in the background. Yeah, and then goes, and so I didn't really want to yell at the screen this time, even though it frustrates me. I really want, Ralph, there's all kinds of things I'm sure you're right about, and in your world it all works for your social contract. That cool. Cool. So many of the things that you want to engage in, I find just beneath us. They're not worth our time. I don't need to defend. On a side note, we just found out what they're using those servers for, at least 2 channels. And unfortunately, it all revolves around some dark, twisted tendencies that people want to normalize. And we'll just leave it at that for now because it's just so wrong. I don't want to get into it because it's about something different. But in the end, I think it's sad that the fringes just want it to be true. Right? That's the problem is they want their worst nightmares to come true so they can act out on it. I'm on the other side of things, and I felt like an entire group was pushed farther and farther into the corner, and they wanted them to crack and they didn't. And this is it. We're at this spot. It might be wrong to a certain fringe element, but I think you cry wolf long enough, you get yours. Comes back to you. And I think that's what we got going right here. Is it's coming back to them. That as hard as they try, the created narrative isn't flying anymore. And this was the best example for in the last like 48 hours that I could find. I don't care about the personalities involved. I care about the propaganda-laden viral video that claims something so far from what truly happened that it taints personal opinion in a way that's just straight up deceitful. And that's the difference. Everything you choose to do in the dark is not, a good platform to stand on. We've got to have better standards. We've got to have better ideas. We've got to have a better place to meet and have conversations than in the fetish chat rooms. It is just wrong. And I believe we might go the other way. And I think that's what really terrifies, I think, like my friend Ralph. And I think mostly it has to do with the life, because I wouldn't talk about personal opinions when we were young. If I could just think about riding the bus issues, because the bus is so prevalent on the, well, now we got a sailing ship. We're retro now. We went back and, oh shit, my egg rolls are burning. Oh, hey, they're not completely ruined. Really, there were egg rolls. There really were. A little black here, turns out I set an alarm, timer. Look at that. I don't even call it that because I don't use them in my job. It's just wrong for the younger kids because they want to push a button and have the machine tell them what to do. And I'm like, it's in my gut. I look at the hamburger and I go, nope, better got to flip that now. And then I can look at it and go, oh, waited too long. There's a minute and a half. I set a bad timer. That's just wrong of me. I really like my friend Ralph. I mean, we played in a band together. We have experiences that we should never let go. I believe you on the wrong side of a lot of things. And I'm not saying you bought into this viral video. I watched this whole thing play out on X. I don't know what the mainstream's got on it. This one would be a bad one for them because they get their ass burned, right? My whole point is I hear too many things that are just blatantly false, but an entire group wants them to be true. And as a, nut job, tinfoil hat, strapping on, and I don't know much about any one thing. I got a little toe stuck in a lot of different pools, but it seems like we were right. From poisoning of our food supply to medicine being a just for-profit mill to So many things in the shadows that's not get started on them. It's just wrong. And yet a list that appears to just go on and on. In fact, so much disclosure so fast about so many things that so many people disagree with, the world's actually noticing. Now, you could throw whatever side bubble, hate mob, or, SCAWs, as South Park would put it. Wasn't that SCAWs? The whole wristband craze, but then it turned out they were just obsessed with wearing a wristband. They were obsessed with being obsessed about something. But in the end, they didn't care. Didn't that tie into like it wasn't when they radiated their balls and I can't remember. I know there's a lot of South Park under a lot of water under those bridges. It's sad. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, that'll do it. I got some egg rolls that I got to eat. Load this up, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the day. It'll be something. What it won't be is a bunch of fake stuff to get outrage from a fringe group to maybe get hate clicks and continue our a rage spiral and temper tantrum. I think a lot of people are sick of those. Later.